You're going to get something a little bit different today. Apparently there's some tag videos going on YouTube where you tag someone and then they need to tell you, they need to make a video with 5 facts about themselves and then tag 5 other YouTube users. Well, SteveBenway has tagged me. I would say something real nasty about Steve having done that, but if somebody else had tagged me, Steve's probably one of the YouTube users that I would have tagged. So it's a little hard to complain that he did it to me first. So anyway, let's start out with fact number 1. So if you've watched my videos, you've seen that so far all of them have been retro gaming and computing videos for the Radio Shack color computer. Well, the first fact is that I have more vintage machines besides just my color computers. Those I purchased originally, but I have, since I've gotten interested, or maybe I should say re-interested in vintage computing, I have got 2 other machines, and maybe later on I'll add some more machines, but so far I've got 2 other machines. The first one is a Commodore VIC-20. It's not in great shape. In fact, it's 2 machines that were made to work here. The keyboard doesn't work real good, and the video isn't as good as it could be. I think the RF modulator perhaps isn't in great shape, but it does work, and I've only got a couple of games for it, but I have on order a Mega Cart. There's a gentleman that sells a cartridge that plugs into the VIC-20, and that cartridge with a new modern circuitry that can hold a lot more than it could originally holds all of the cartridges that originally existed. That Commodore had over 180 some cartridges for the for the VIC-20. So I have that on order, and it also has some tape games as well. So I'll have a real good selection of games for it when that arrives. The other machine that I got is an Atari 2600. It's a 4-switch wood grain machine, and I got 35 games with it. You can't see them real well, but there are 35 games in here. I mean, I've got Combat, and I've got some I've got Donkey Kong. That's the only Coleco game that I have, and I don't see them here, but I have Pac-Man, and yes, I do also have E.T. And I have paddle controllers in here with it, and the paddle controllers work very well. Apparently, if there's one thing that gives trouble, it's the paddle controllers that need to be rebuilt. So I do have, fact number 1 is I do have some vintage machines other than what I've shown, and as time goes by, I'm going to have shown you most of what I have for the color computer, so I'll probably be doing some videos of the VIC-20 and the Atari 2600 later on. Alright, now let's see. Fact number 2. I'm diabetic. So far it's just taking these pills 1 a day, and it's just 1 pill once a day, so it's easily manageable with medication. I wasn't at all surprised to find out that I was diabetic, because both of my grandparents on Mom's side were diabetic. Mom and her sister are diabetic, and for quite a few years now my brother's been diabetic, my older brother. So, you know, with 3 generations in the family being diabetic, I knew I was very much at risk. See, that's 2. Let's see, that's 1, that's 2. I said number 3, I have a tattoo. Here. It says Sturgis 82. I used to have a Harley-Davidson motorcycle, and back in the 80s, and in 1982 I went to Sturgis, which, if you're not familiar with it, there are two major motorcycle rallies in the U.S. There's Sturgis, and then there's Daytona Bike Week. Fact number 4, I'm a bachelor, and being over 50 and never really having come close to getting married, and having lived on my own quite a few years and being set in my ways, I'd say there's a good chance that I'll remain a bachelor. I have absolutely nothing against getting married, and if the right person came along and would have me, I'd still be open to it, but I seriously doubt that it's going to happen. And then for number 5, I have a large collection of DVDs, over 1,000 DVDs. Really more than probably what is sensible, but I like to have a large selection. If something interests me that I think I'll watch more than once, or watch multiple times anyway, I'll add it to my collection. So I'll show you now just a little bit of that collection to wrap up this video. Alright, as you can see, here's my first set of shells. Right next to it, my second set of shells. My third set of shells. And then over here, a fourth set of shells, not counting the ones that I have in the other room. So, yeah, it take me a long time to watch all of these again, but I have watched the vast majority of them. So there are my 5 facts, and now I need to decide just who I'm going to tag.